Okay, this video is for the Asian Boy 96. You're having problems with your BT SA-17, you're getting leaks and everything. From the video that you showed me, I know what your problem is. There's two issues. One, the way that you load the 12 grams, and two, your seal is gone, so you're going to have to replace that. I'll show you the correct way to take 12 gram and put it in your new marker. You did good by just go ahead and set it in there, and then clicking it down in there, and then by sliding the 12 gram forward so that it makes contact with your seal here. Which your problem was, instead of just grasping it and then closing it shut real quick, you were trying to throw the door shut. What you do is you got to let it get close like this, grab it like this, put your thumb on top of the barrel, and just squeeze tight, okay? Now I've got an empty cartridge in here because I need to show you something, but that's basically how you do it. And then to the way that I do when I go to reload, the easiest way, open the door, you stick your thumb at the neck right here, you push down with your thumb, and then you just kind of throw it out. But don't be afraid. It's not the CO2. Like if you're afraid, if you're hesitant with it, that's when you're going to get these blowouts where if you don't set it right and you don't close the door securely, that's when you're going to have the CO2 blow up, and then you're going to end up ruining the seal every single time. Okay, I'm going to show you a quick video, well, it's not a quick video, but you're going to need to replace your rubber seal right there in this thing. So I'm going to do a complete teardown on this gun to show you how to do it. I would recommend for you to probably take this into a paintball store near you and get it done by one of the techs there, because you're going to need some special tools. The valve system in here, some people could pull it out just without taking the whole gun apart, but the way I do it, I take the gun completely apart so that I know that I do it correctly. So if I were you, I would probably just take the gun in to get teched by somebody who's more qualified, but this video that I'm going to show, it's going to basically show you how to tear this gun completely down and maintain it. So here it goes. Thanks. Okay, here we go. We're going to show you how to tear this all apart. You're going to need some C-clip pliers, not O-ring pliers, those don't exist. You're also going to need some Allen keys, and you're going to need a flat regular screwdriver. I just have a multi-tool. You'll need that for one part. So start by disassembling. Take off your power tube. Go ahead and disassemble your barrel. That's just the barrel tip. Take the barrel sizer out. Go ahead and take, I forgot what size that is, but it's an Allen key. Just remove the grip frame. A lot of times this time I somehow just went to remove the grip frame first instead of taking out the internals, but it really doesn't matter. Go ahead and take those two screws out, don't lose them. And that right there, that's the clip that holds the cartridge door for the 12 gram CO2s. That's what clips, so make sure you don't lose that. Set that in a safe place. And it basically, that just gets sandwiched between the grip frame and the receiver of the gun. Here, this is where I start to take out the internals. Just pull your pin, and then boom, all the guts of the gun pretty much come out. And then you're going to take another Allen key. Oh wait, no. Go ahead and take that brass lug out. Doesn't really matter which order you take this stuff apart in. It just takes a couple screws, it's not in there real tight, but just spin that out. There's a little brass plug, and that holds the valve assembly in. And what you're going to do now is take your take another Allen key, and you can see there's a silver silver screw that's in there, and basically that holds your that's where the gasket and the piercing module, if you want to call it that. I don't know, I forget the correct terminology for this component, but basically this is what pierces the 12 grams and provides a seal. So that one little screw right there holds that in there. Technically you can remove that without taking the valve out, but most of the time I do complete teardowns. So basically all you got to do is just kind of shove your finger in there. I got short stumpy fingers, so I need to take another Allen key, and basically I just shove it down through there and I push on the valve, and that the piercing module, I forget what to call it, but basically you just drag all those components out the back, and just be aware of how your valve is orientated. There's two different size holes on that, and I'll get back to it a little bit later, but it does make a difference which hole faces which way. The larger hole faces towards the front of the gun, so just be mindful of that when you start to put it together. So anyway, here I'm just taking the piercing component out, and this is where you're gonna need. I'm pointing it right now at the rubber grommet, but this is where you need the C-clip pliers. And inside here, there are two different sized clips. The first one is a larger one, which is in my hand right now, and that holds the piercing component and the spring that are in there, and that's what pierces the 12 grams, and there's the spring. Excuse me. And the next level, there's another C-clip deep inside there, and there's a steel washer. Maybe it's aluminum, I'm not really sure, but it's a washer. And yeah, you could pop that whole unit out of that shroud that I just did. And this is where the second C-clip is, with the washer and then the rubber or the silicone seal. And sometimes it's a little hard to grab onto, but you'll get it out. There's the other C-clip, and you'll see I'll knock it out of my hand here. I just take a Allen key and I just kind of push it out of the housing. And essentially that's it. You've completely torn the gun apart. There's nothing else left. Now that grommet, it has a way that it goes in, and I'm just going to show you how to reassemble this in fast speed. Basically it's just the exact opposite of what I just did. You put the grommet, the steel washer, the C-clip in, slip the whole thing into the housing, put your spring and your piercing module in, and then what you're going to do is you're going to put your C-clip in. Now a trick here is to hold this down with put pressure down with an Allen key, and then put your clip in. And then I slide the piercing module in, and then the valve follows, and make sure you get that orientated the correct way. And to push it all the way in, I use the squeegee. And I put this little silver screw in first that holds the piercing module. With the Allen key, I'm orientating the hole in the valve. I put the brass plug back in. Now I set the trapdoor latch in there, put the grip frame back on, go ahead and tighten that up a little, close the door, make sure it's good, stuff the internals back in, put the locking pin in, put the barrel in, and then I got put my magazine on.